Alrighty, how about some trending topics?
How about it?
Yes, we both love pop culture, Hollywood news, so this is kind of in line with that. We're going to talk first about Fyre Festival 2.
This is crazy.
Now, if you know anything about this festival, or if you don't, it basically happened, 2019, right before the pandemic? And this guy, Billy McFarland, was gonna throw this huge music festival in the Bahamas. He had Kendall Jenner, Hailey Bieber, all these models promoting it, as you can see. It was an absolute flop. All the promises he made did not come true.
It was nothing. It was a
nothing.
Huge scam.
It was a huge scam. He basically ripped off hundreds of people of millions of dollars. So, but now he, after his little stint in prison, he said, hey, Fyre Festival 2, let's make it happen. And it just so happens that the controversial event doesn't even have a home for a second time. Yesterday, this is Billy McFarland, so yesterday organizers announced that Fyre Festival will not be happening in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, because it was originally set to take place in Isla Mujeres, Mexico, until officials there also denied knowing anything about it. So then Billy McFarland said that the fest would move a bit south to Playa del Carmen, but again, officials denied any knowledge of it happening there. And I'm here to say, let it burn. Fyre Festival burnt once, don't let it burn again. Like, just stop. So now, it's been called off in 2 places in Mexico, and yet Billy McFarland is still trying to make a buck off of Fyre Festival.
Well, and I think what blows my mind more than anything is, like, say what you will about him, but I think if there are people out there, maybe even some of you watching, that are buying into this guy's situation once again, I also question you just as much as I question him, because there's so much known details out there now about what happened the first time, and there was a lot of really well done documentaries that came out a couple years ago. So I'm like, who in their right mind would actually purchase a ticket involving anything? I don't care if it's Fyre Festival or something else this guy's doing. I'm not interested. I don't want to get ripped off. Listen, we live in an economy where I'm not losing any money right now in that way. Like, no thank you.
Saving the pennies.
So, I mean, it's just insane. Like, it's insane to me that he came back and did it. And it's also kind of weird. It goes back to the whole, like, why are we, like, trusting or even, like, putting these people who have done wrong on a platform, because it's so true. It's like, because also a guy that worked with him, I'm pretty sure I'm saying this right, on the last festival and scammed with people, he was on a show called The Anonymous. That was a new reality show. And I'm like, why are we giving these people a platform? I just really I don't understand. I truly don't.
Yeah, and the thing is, I guess the ticket vendor says refunds will be processed to anybody who bought a ticket to Fyre Fest 2, but again, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
And I think, here's the thing I was just thinking. Okay, so in 2019, I was in my late 20s. Did it sound cool? Yes. Did it sound kind of too good to be true to me? Yes. So now he's probably targeting that generation that was still like too young to understand what it was, but now they're in their early 20s and they want to experience that. So maybe that's what he's doing. I don't know for a fact.
What's crazy, though, is in the world of the social media craze, like, I think you would be bold to do anything like this, because it's like, think of like 2019, so much came out, and TikTok wasn't even that big then. I don't even know if it was around yet. And I think it just launched. So it's like, you think about now, like, if he was to mess with all these people and their bank accounts, and mess them over again, I mean, it would be all kinds of TikToks all over everywhere, and Instagram Reels and all those kinds of things. And it would spread so fast, and it would be everywhere. And so I'm like, I just don't understand why you'd even take that chance. And again, but I don't know why you would trust this guy in the first place. I get so mad about
the investors, like, if he did it once, more likely than not, he's going to do it again. So if you're an investor, hold on to your money.
Also, in the grand scheme of things, it has not been that long. Like, maybe if we're waiting like 10, 20 years, something like that, and trying again, sure, maybe I'm willing to give the guy a chance.
Yeah.
But it's been like 5-ish years.
It's been a nanosecond.
Yeah, like definitely not long enough, and people are still familiar and still make fun of what happened. So I don't understand.
And just in case, like, I don't think I said this, he did go to prison, but he was convicted of fraud in connection to the first Fyre Festival. Oh, this was back in 2017. So
2017.
So we were off a little bit, but that's okay. 2017, still a blip on the map.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so another topic, this has been all over my Twitter the last 24 hours, is this whole kind of Oscar voting buzz and what's happening around this.
I had not heard anything.
Yeah, so it's one of the questions a lot of people have had, which is, do the people who vote for the Oscars actually watch all of the films? Well, now it's confirmed that prior to this point, they didn't have to, because now it is a requirement that any member of the Academy who is voting now has to see all films. And this is kind of sparking a lot of outrage, I think, with a lot of moviegoers and fans of the Oscars, because it's like, why has this not always been a rule? Like, it actually makes no sense.
When Charlie told me about this morning. I go, isn't that the whole point of
Yeah.
voting? You need to understand what you're voting for. So
It's
when
like-
it comes to the Oscars,
Yeah.
like, watch the movies. Yes, I know there's a ton because there's so many categories. But
Okay, there's not that many though. Like
but
you
they're
could do
split.
it.
Yeah, these people are split into different sectors, if you
It's
will.
like all I could think about is it's like saying like, oh, I vote for the Grammys, but I don't listen to music. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Those do not go hand in hand.
And how have the Oscars been around for
As long as they
decades
have,
and decades and decades, and this has not been a rule? Like, I don't know. But then, so I was reading that you have to either, like, if you're streaming it, you have to report that you streamed it, and if you go in person, you have to provide proof saying, literally like a little kid, like, hi, I attended, here's the
Yeah.
signature from the manager. Boom.
It reminds me of college. Do you ever have that where you like had to go to certain things and you had to show proof that you went?
Yes.
It reminds me of that. Like you're like, here's my little slip. Can you sign it?
Here is my ticket stub.
Yeah.
I went and saw Wicked. Part 2.
I do like this though, and I mean,
I think it
like
makes
everyone's
sense.
been saying, it makes no sense that it wasn't something like this before.
Yeah.
And also, here's the thing: like, yes, there is a lot of Oscar films, but if that is your thing, like, if you're a voting member of the Academy, first of all, you're probably already in the depths of the film or critic world in general. So, like, seeing, okay, even if we just look at the Best Picture, which is how many normally, Charlie? Like, 10. 10 movies is not that much.
Yeah, over the course of
And you have, I mean,
a year,
from
give
the
or
time,
take.
well, even from the time that noms come out to the ceremony, you've got like,
You've got plenty of time.
you know, so I don't understand that.
Yeah. Well, and having spoke to Chris Luzader, who's a voting member of the Critics' Choice for Movies,
Yeah.
like, she needs to know her stuff in order to make an informed decision. And I know that's probably whatever, but like you need that information in order to make an informed decision.
Yeah.
Because then what's the point of you putting your 2 cents in there if you don't know what
It doesn't
you're
make any
talking
sense.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
I guess we'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of excited for this. So